Notification. Are we live? Let me check. Yeah, we are.
All right.
We are live.
Let's do this.
Hey, guys. So as I promised, we got a special guest here. We've got the better half of Burgmaier and Associates. Sorry, Eric. Don't get mad at me. We got Cheryl. Cheryl, how you doing today?
I am fantastic, Jose. How are you?
I'm good. Cheryl's here at the home office. We got to hang out, talk some shop, talk some,
I had to pick his brain and hopefully steal all his knowledge.
I mean,
Borrow.
it was vice versa. So it was kind of a give and take there. But no, I'm excited because, we've got the little setup. Last time I was really, really red and the audio wasn't working. So as you see, I changed up the mics. So hopefully they work a little bit better. But I want to talk today for those that are dentists in our network. What are the top 5 things you need to do? Because I know you guys, well, first off, everybody knows who you are. But those that don't know.
I don't know if everybody knows who we are.
Okay, everybody should know who you are.
Okay.
But those that don't know, let them know who you are.
So my name is Cheryl Burgmaier. I am one of the owners of Bergman Associates, an accounting firm out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. And we deal mainly with dentists and other doctors as well. But really our growth has been in the dental community. We've really focused on that in the past 2 to 3 years. We do educational events for doctors. We call them the doc spots. We do that monthly, or try to do that monthly. And that's kind of what we do. We do accounting and taxes for dentists and other doctors. It's kind of our thing. Yeah.
So actually, I met Cheryl through Zero. I'm sure most of you guys already see. That's all I ever post about is them lately. We actually.
Who's Zero or Burgmaier's?
Zero.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I like you guys, but not that much.
Zero more.
So we met them through the community, and I feel like we've become pretty good friends. I'm friends with Eric as well. And Cheryl's in town and decided to come by the home office and got to see the setup. And I was like, you know what? Let's test the live feed and kind of go with it. So, I'm excited. It's good. These new mics are working better, I feel like, and I don't have to be as quiet because the baby isn't asleep like last time. So I'm not taking a nap. So I don't have to worry about waking anybody up. But all right, let's jump right into it.
Okay.
So. So let's go with number 1, because we're going to do top 5 things dentists need to be doing right now. And it's not necessarily tax related, accounting related. It's what you need to be doing since you guys focus. Yeah. Since you guys focus in that industry.
Okay. So one of the biggest things is, hiring. I think one of the biggest things you can do as a dentist is hiring the right people. And again, hiring the front desk person. They are the face of your practice. And so having the right person at that front desk is tremendous because they're the first people that your patients see and the last person they're going to talk to. And if that doesn't have a great impression, it really kind of puts a damper on the whole office. It's really, they are your sales force, and it's tremendously important. And I sometimes I think people overlook that. And you can tell when you go into a dental office how people get along. What it's like, what the environment's like, and really you need that salesperson in that front desk. They may be very good with the computer, but really that's not what you need. You need somebody who's great with your patients. So that's one of the top things.
That's funny you say that because I actually, my dentist, and I don't know if he's seeing this, his receptionist had a reputation of being not the nicest person. Yeah. And it was hard, but it just all of a sudden looks like I think now he's the nicest and most welcoming person. It's we get there and it's a hug and it's a very family thing. Right. But at one time I was told it wasn't always like that. So but I think that goes with anybody, not just a dentist. I mean, that's going to be anybody that has clients coming into your office, correct?
Oh, 100%. And it's just, I just find because we deal with dentists, that's what we see. And we've, there has been some correlation between that front desk person and, collections. Because if you don't have somebody nice working at the front desk that people want to talk to, they're going to try and scoot right out of there. And so having somebody who is cordial, and people like to talk to my dentist, Dr. Chelsea Gonzales in Albuquerque. Her office is fantastic. I will say they're just welcome. And I've had that. They've been my dentist for, 20 some years at this point. And, I know the dentists have those little notes in their charts that say, oh, hey, Cheryl has 3 kids, they're in high school, ask about cheerleading, those kind of things. I get that, but I love that. And, my husband has his favorite hygienist who doesn't talk to him at all. And I have my favorite hygienist who talks to me the entire time. And it just, I think that front desk person, again, when they call to make sure I'm coming to my appointment, checking in on things, it's just a tremendous benefit to any office.
I love it. Yeah. Hire the right front desk person.
Yes. Let's see. What else did I have on my things? From a business perspective, and from a tax perspective, one of the best things that you can do as any business, but dentist, is fully fund your retirement to the maximum that you can. If you don't have a retirement plan, you should talk to your CPA or accountant about that and fully fund it. You can borrow for just about everything else. You cannot borrow for retirement, so you have to make sure you take advantage of that. And again, even if you're a young dentist just starting out, start early. Start your retirement early. I truly believe in compound interest and the compound effect. And so if you can get into your retirement plan early, and there's, all different types, you don't have to go all into a 401k plan or something complicated. But there are opportunities out there to put money away and make sure you're taken care of.
No, I love it. Yeah. But that's just kind of for every business owner, I think.
Again, all these things are probably going to be very standard across most industries. But again, this is who we deal with. So
awesome. So fund your retirement, guys. And again, if you need somebody, let us know. I know people. I'm sure you know people that can help them with that, and to make sure you get it taken care of. So awesome. Okay.
What else? Let's see. Oh, a lot of times the dental offices have wonderful office managers, and those are critical to your success as well. But the dentists or business owners, again, it crosses everything. Even if you have somebody that's helping you manage, it does not serve you well to step away, meaning just give them all the responsibility, and authority, and you just say, well, they're running it and we're good. You really need to keep an eye on your business, to ensure understand what's going on, and also just protect it as well.
Oh no, I think that's good. I never thought about it like that. Giving up too much control, where you think you're like, oh, they got it, but it's your business. And
that's the thing. As dentists become, Eric calls them reluctant entrepreneurs. They really went to dental school. They didn't really mean to intend to become business owners, although most go on to own their own practices, or many do. But you're not taught in dental school how to manage a dental office, or how to run a dental office, or how to be an entrepreneur. So a lot of times the dentist will kind of say, hey, I have this office manager. She can do it, or he can do it. And they take care of everything. And we've seen at times, and I'm not throwing office managers under the bus by any means. I'm just saying, as a business owner, you need to still keep an eye on what's happening, just so you're aware and so that you know. So that's one of the things. I think that's
a really good tip, because I think some of us could, or at least, can get too focused on like, oh no, they're taking care of it. But at the end of the day, it's our business.
Yeah. And along with that, the other thing that I think is tremendously important, as someone, as dentists, we're not trained to be business owners, is, and this is not a shameless plug. This is not, because it doesn't have to be me. It doesn't have to be Jose. It can be whoever you want. However, I think it is tremendously important for you to surround yourself with professionals who can handle the things that you're not comfortable with: taxes, accounting, retirement plans, insurance, those type of things. Don't try to do everything on your own. It's so tremendously important to have people who have skill sets that you don't, to make sure that you're taken care of.
I love that. You're good at what you're good at. You're not good at what you're good at. So stick to what you're good at, and let somebody else that's their expertise to handle that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to try to give you a root canal. I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm not going to do self-dentistry. No. My daughter wants to be an orthodontist, so it's kind of fun to watch her try to do her own orthodontia. She doesn't really, but she did get those little teeth that she can practice with. But, just like, even like I have to hire professionals to help us in the areas that we don't know. I am not an insurance expert by any means. I know a little bit, but when clients have, insurance needs, I refer them to people who I know can treat them well and do the right thing for them. And it's important to do that as a business owner to make sure that, it's to make sure that everybody's taken care of, not just you, but your employees and the practice itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Love it.
That goes along with don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yes.
That was another thing. I think sometimes as professionals, we try to, pretend we all have it under control. Sometimes we need help. And it's, that's why I'm here. I was here learning from Jose. I'm hoping that I'm sharing some knowledge with him, although I got more from him than he got from me. But I think it's important to make sure that you, that you feel comfortable enough to ask for help when it's needed. As accountants and CPAs, we see a number of different circumstances. And I think sometimes clients are like, oh, I don't really want to show you, the bad stuff that's happening. And we're not there to judge. We're there to help. And that's what I tell the clients. I am not there to assess how you got here and
So just on that, because I was thinking, I'm glad you said that, because that's actually some of the conversations I'm having with some clients of mine is, I'm not judging you to where you're at. You came to me because there's a problem, there's something. I was like, We don't care how you got there. Let's figure out what you did to get there, and how do we change that and get you out of this so that you can grow and get to the point you want to get.
Yeah.
The point you deserve to be at.
Right. And that's the thing. We were talking about earlier, there's nothing better than helping a client and helping them get to where they want to be, or helping them out of a situation that they're not happy in, and to make sure that they get to where they want to go. And, that is, I think that what drives both of us is really being able to help people get to where they want to be.
Yeah. Again, where you deserve to be.
Yes.
Where we were having that conversation earlier where, sometimes you work in certain industries that kind of beat it out of you, but you do deserve it. I promise.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. And I'm trying to think, there was some other things that I thought of the other night when we talked about, what we were going to discuss today. Some other things, one of the things that from a dental perspective, and actually, again, this crosses all industries, is at some point you're going to want to retire and leave. And it's not like you can just decide today, I am done, and tomorrow someone can buy my practice. So another thing that we encourage you, and we do educational events on this as well, is really preparing for that. Really looking at, okay, what does my practice look like right now? How do I get the most value out of that? And then, the next year or 2 or 3, and depending how long your timeline is, what can I do to make my practice, give it the most value? And, we work with clients on that stuff all the time, because at some point you get tired and you want to move on, and you want to have a practice that's worth selling to someone. And that the person buying it is going to be able to make a living off of. And how do we balance that? So that's something else. Is just think about the timeline there, because you don't want to be in the situation where you have to sell. Yeah. You want to be in a situation where you want to sell and you can do it under your terms. So having kind of visualizing how long you want to still be in the practice, and getting a plan around that. So
it sounds like to me, if you're thinking about selling, you should be talking to someone like you 5 years beforehand.
Yeah, you really want
3 to 5 years beforehand to start getting that strategy in place to where you can get to the point where you can sell it to get the max value for yourself, but the max value for the buyer as well. Correct?
Yeah, because you want to. It should be balanced. You want to make sure you have something worth selling, and the person buying it is going to be able to make a living. But also, you want to find the right person to buy your practice. You've built these practices over a long period of time. You have people that work for you that you love and you want to make sure are taken care of by the person. So you have to find the right fit. And so that sometimes can take some time. But also, there are things that maybe, senior docs aren't having to deal with as much as, docs coming right out of school that have all this debt that they're going to be dealing with. So how do we manage that? How do we change some things in the office to make it benefit the doc that wants to sell, but also benefit the doctor that's coming in? I mean, it's a delicate balance because, again, the doc selling can have debt, but doesn't have tremendous student loan debt, doesn't have to buy a practice and maybe have $1 million of practice debt. So how do we build it so that it maximizes value, like you said, for both?
I love it. No, that's something, because I know coming out of any medical school, your debt is, and if you can pay for it, great. But if I went, no, I'll tell you this. I don't know if I told you this or not, but I did an accounting degree, but I kind of wish I would have gone back and been a dentist.
Oh, really?
I think that's like the one profession I see from outside. I'm like, they don't work Fridays. They seem to enjoy it. You get a good hygienist, and it seems to work okay. Now, like I said, that's just me looking on the outside.
I always wanted to be a dental hygienist. Well, I didn't always want to. Like, every time I go to the dental hygienist, I was like, I would love this job. I say that, but that's because I'm the one laying there relaxing. It's a very physical job. I think that's one thing I've realized working with dentists and hygienists is that, man, I don't think they get enough credit for how physical their job is and how demanding it is. And so they need that. They need that time off. Yeah. So,
we'll do this. We'll go back to school. We'll open up our own shop, and then we'll let Eric run Burgmaier. How about that?
I decided if I'm going to do the next thing, it's going to be a bartender. Although I have absolutely no idea how to mix a drink. So I would probably not be very good. But I just, every time I get stressed out about work, I say, that's it, I'm leaving to become a bartender.
I bartended. I put myself to school bartending. So
did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
It's not as glamorous as you think.
No.
It's
just
fun.
To me, it's just less stressful. Yeah. That's the whole idea. I joke with my coworker, Jill, all the time. I'm like, Jill, that's it. We're becoming bartenders. Again, I have absolutely no idea how to mix a drink.
I love it. So. I love it. All right. Well, guys, we're kind of running up on it. Cheryl, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. This was fun.
This was a lot of fun. We got to do this more often.
Yes.
We'll have her come. I may come to you. So you
can come up to the Woodlands up north of Houston.
North of Houston, because we're down south in Houston right now. Yeah. So
I'm just there part time. So just to clarify, I am from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
So thank you for coming, and guys, hopefully y'all got some good takes out of this, and we look forward to the next time.